Right, here we go. Back for another week of it. God, I love this. Some of the stuff I got to talk about today. Oh dear, this is why I love doing this podcast. Right, let's go. Well, hello once again. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time of it is the day you're listening to me here on this podcast. Welcome back to the Moore Army podcast for another episode. Welcome to episode number 98 of the Moore Army podcast Unleashed. That's right, number 98. 2 more to go. This time next Tuesday we'll be celebrating our 100th episode. Can't believe it. It's just... Obviously, we've been well past 100 by now, but I hadn't took a wee break for a while, but we're back. But anyway, yes, welcome back to the podcast for another episode. Just reading through some of the subjects and talking about today, and I'm scratching my head thinking of some of the things that are going on in the world right now since the last time I spoke to you on Thursday. It's just been a chaotic few days, but it's also been a fun few days for me as well, so I've got loads to talk about today. So anyway, I hope you're all doing well out there as always. Hope we've all had a great weekend since the last time I spoke to you on Thursday. I had a super weekend. So I did, had a great weekend. Well, apart from a few wee hiccups here and there, which was on Sunday mostly, but more on that shortly. But no, it was a good weekend, thoroughly enjoyed, and I hope you all had a great weekend yourselves. But anyway, yes guys, welcome back to another episode. Sitting here this morning on this beautiful Tuesday morning, just sitting here looking out the window at the moment here as I'm recording this podcast. Just looking out the window thinking, what a beautiful day it's going to be out there today. I'm on the travels again today, actually. I'm on the travels to Newton Ards with Lewis today. Yes, we're on our travels today, Lewis and I. So we shall be out and about today. So we will be doing our bits and bobs, and I'll try and get a vlog done while I'm at it as well. But anyway, yes, guys, it's some interesting stuff to talk about today. And I want to say thank you, obviously, for all your questions you've been sending me in over the weekend and stuff, and obviously sending me in some questions since yesterday, since I put it out in social media. But let's get into it anyway. But before we get into any more of the news and bits and bobs we'll talk about today on the podcast, and obviously answer your questions and whatnot, if you want to obviously get the housekeeping out of the way here, as I always do, if you're a new listener to the podcast or you're a regular listener to the podcast and you want to get in touch with us here on the program, you want to ask questions, any suggestions you want to hear me talk about or whatever, you can get in touch with us by the usual methods, social media links. If you're listening to this podcast on YouTube, all the links for the social media is in the description of this video. Also, obviously you want to contact me either way. The social media is Instagram, official Matthew Moore on Instagram. Go to our Facebook page, which you're listening to this podcast right now on as well, because this podcast is now available on Facebook too as well. Drop a like on the Facebook page if you're listening to us right now. Head over there and drop an email to us as well if you want to contact us. moorearmypodcast@yahoo.com. Don't forget to give us a wee follow on social media too. If you're listening to us here on TuneIn Radio, Spotify, what else are we on? TuneIn Radio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever. Add us to your playlist. Drop us a wee like and reviews here give us a wee good review on there as well. Would appreciate it. So thank you very much for that. And if you also want to go to our website, get some merch, check out all the vlogs, it's like a Moore Army hub. Check out our social media photographs, which automatically pop up there when I post them on Instagram. It's moorearmy.co.uk. It's moorearmy.co.uk. Also, before I start the podcast today, you want to check out our friends and partners here of the podcast, FTBL Spot. Want to go and check them out, guys, for any of your football needs, whether it be a classic football shirt you're after, mystery shirt in a box, football boots, and much more. Go to their website, FTBL, search them up on all the social media links we have on here, and if you listen to us on YouTube, the link for the website's in the description. If you contact them on there and use promo code MooreArmy, they will give you a discount code to put in at the checkout to get yourself some great discounts on your purchase. I'm going to say some great discounts, I mean some great discounts. They've added some new stuff on there recently, which I had a look on yesterday. Some really cool classic shirts on there. Other stuff too as well, guys. Want to go and check them out. If you're a classic football shirt collector, or you like an old mystery shirt in a box, or even a new pair of football boots, get yourself on there. FTBL Spot, guys. Good lads, great company, upcoming company, very loyal, all 5-star ratings all across the board. You want to go and check out the reviews on their website from all the customers who have purchased. Perfect reviews all across the board. Great company and great partners of the Moore Army. Right, what have I got for you today? God almighty, I got loads to talk about today. But before I get into some of that there, guys, how was your weekend? My weekend was actually really, really good, apart from, Sunday started off pretty shit, but then it ended up being good. After I spoke to you on Thursday night, obviously I had a few beers on Thursday night, had a few whiskies as well. Like I said, I did say in the podcast on Thursday I was going to have a few drinks on Thursday evening, which I did do. Ended up in bed really early, actually. Saturday, I started off my project, guys, I was telling you about, on the YouTube channel, the Northern Ireland Football League project. I started off this past Saturday with Ards against Ballymallard. Great game, plenty of goals, fantastic game, thoroughly enjoyed it. And then on Sunday, I was at the big one at Clanleyboy Park as Bangor stepped into the Premier League in Northern Ireland for the first time since 2009. Over 1,800 and a half fans there, so over 1,800 fans at Clanleyboy Park. It was a great occasion for the club. Bangor beat Cliftonville 3-1, which I couldn't believe my eyes. I did a match day vlog there as well for both those games, guys, which are doing really, really well. And I want to say thank you to everybody who came up to me at the Bangor game, especially. On the Sunday, they come up and said hi, and they were looking forward to seeing the match day vlog, and they said to watch the channel. Took a few selfies with people, and it was a great day. Had a really, really, really good day on Sunday. Saturday was good too as well. Obviously, met a few people who I know as well. I was talking to people, but Sunday was a massive occasion, and I met a load of fans from both sides, actually, Cliftonville and Bangor. It was great to see, and I had a great day. The match day vlog turned out brilliantly well, and a lot of people said they've really enjoyed it. So thank you very much for all the praise, guys. I appreciate it. That was the start of the wee project I started doing on the channel. But I did have a bit of an incident on Sunday before the match started. I did put a vlog up on the channel last night, which should have been actually put up earlier on the day, but it actually wasn't until I got a chance because it was out yesterday. Here's the thing. You all know, guys, if you watch my YouTube channel or you listen to this podcast, you know I'm a big football guy, and I go to games and I go to Liverpool games and whatnot and stuff like that. But even when I go to any type of game, the first thing you lift before you leave the house, you make sure you have is your fucking ticket for the game. And me being in an absolute, not a rush, but sort of like, it was one of those mornings just didn't start off rightly. And I left the house and I put my ticket online, and I forgot to put my ticket onto my phone. It was in my email account, and it was like, right, okay. Left the house, got halfway down the road, and realised that I forgot to put my ticket onto my phone. So I rang Lewis, who was out and about on his electric scooter at the time, and I said to him, could you possibly go back to the house and get online, get my ticket onto your phone and send it to me in a screenshot by text or whatever, because I forgot my sign-in details for the website, and you can't re-download your ticket once you purchase it because it's in your emails, and I couldn't get it. Was a whole big kerfuffle, guys, and what a friggin' nightmare. Lewis came back to the house on his electric scooter. He forgot his door key. Couldn't get into the house. The house was locked up, so I had to come all the way back to the house to get my ticket, get it onto my phone, and then walk all the way back down to the stadium again. What a fucking nightmare. Who leaves the house without their ticket? Like, what? Even when I go to Liverpool games, it's one of the most important things I have is my ticket. I always make sure my ticket is on my phone days before I go to the game. Even when I go to Northern Ireland games or any other game here in the country, if it's an all-ticket game, you have to have your tickets on your phone before you go anywhere. And, yeah, that messed all up. So, yeah, that didn't turn out too good. So it didn't. But I got there in the end. I got to the game, and the game turned out really, really well. And it actually worked out very, very good because the game itself turned out to be an absolute smashing game. So it did. So I can't really complain to that. So I can't. But yeah, what an absolute disaster on Sunday, guys. Ticket, absolute. Ugh. What can I say? It was just what a fool. Seriously, made my head looked up. But the vlog's up there now where you see my frustrations and all, and you see me going nuts. But anyway, yes, that was pretty much my weekend to a T. I was hoping to get the another game tonight, but I don't think that's going to happen because Lewis has got a doctor's appointment this afternoon. And by the time we get out of there and we get back from there back to Bangor, and then get from Bangor, I was planning to maybe going to a game in just outside Lisburn, or maybe even going to a game at East Belfast tonight, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it in time. So I don't think that's going to happen. It kind of sucks because I'm going to get the another game tonight, but I'm still going to do a vlog today at some point. If Lewis decides not to be grumpy and decides to be in the vlog today, because he's been a grumpy shit lately, but that's just teenage hormones. That's what it is. But yeah, no, it's been a good weekend, guys. I've had a really good weekend, and I sat down there late last night, sort of gathering some of the bits and bobs for the podcast today, reading through some of the stories that's happened over the weekend. Some of the stuff I've been reading over the weekend, the fucking place is going boogaloo. Like, absolutely boogaloo. But if some things I want to talk about today on the podcast, which is going to make you laugh. Some of it anyway, at least. Look, guess who's in the news today for the first time in a long time? I call her Jeanette McCranky, but her name's Nicola Sturgeon. You probably heard about her in the news last night. She's done this interview. People are online saying, is she a lesbian now? Because her and her husband broke up. Nicola Sturgeon was one of the ones during all the COVID shit and all the other bullshit. She was trying to make Scotland and their own independent country, break away from the UK and stuff, and she's basically not a very well-liked woman. She's in the news, so we're going to have a wee chat about her briefly today as well. Gary Lineker's back in the news today as well, guys, this week. He's left the BBC, as you know, from Match of the Day, and he's moved to another competitive TV network, which is even no surprise. He's moved to Woke ITV. Yep. Northern Ireland and obviously the rest of the UK are set for its third heat wave of the year. Happy fucking days. Nice sunshine on the way for you guys again. Not a lot of people like that, but I do like it personally. A story that really made me so bloody angry about a trans sex offender avoids justice despite trying to abduct a child. War on that as well, which really made my fucking teeth itch. This trend going around at the minute, this thing's doing my head in, this Jet 2 holiday. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Yeah, it does. It's called book it yourself individually. It's called being cheaper. Jet 2 can rip the arse out of you. But yeah, this trend's going on at the minute. But this Jet 2 holiday has had a wee bit of a slap in the face when one of their customers died on one of their holidays. We're going to talk about that as well. And finally, have a guess who's back in the news again today. Haven't heard on the podcast for a while. Harry and Meghan. Yes, Harry and Meghan's back in the news again. They've signed a new multi-year Netflix deal. Remember that program they done a few years ago? The one I told you I can only watch about 30 seconds and I wanted to basically pull my teeth out with pliers. Well, they've signed a new deal with Netflix. We're going to talk about that as well. All that and much more. Some interesting subjects to talk about today. Let's get into it. Sorry, I'm going to take a wee swig of water here while I'm talking to you on the podcast. Because I am sitting here roasting hot and my throat is as dry as a desert. Excuse me. Oh, I can't beat a nice big ice cold bottle of water to your fridge in the morning. Clear the throat. Right, here we go. Nicola Sturgeon's in the news last night. Did you see that wee lovely interview she done? I only saw clips of it when I got up this morning. And Nicola Sturgeon, in my opinion, is one of these people who fitted into the same category as your man. Remember your man Drakeford from Wales, who brought the speed limit down to like maybe 2 miles an hour in the roads, who continuously locked up Scotland, locked up Wales, who was another corrupt politician during the COVID shite and was just full of nonsense. And she was in R1 too, where she said you weren't allowed to go near anybody allowed in your house, but she was bringing in private decorators. She was arrested as well for being accused of money going missing. Her husband was arrested as well. Then her husband now disappeared, and then all of a sudden she's disappeared out of nowhere after she left as the First Minister. And now all of a sudden she's back in the news again because apparently she's moving away from Scotland and she's moving down to London to set up herself a new life in London. And from reading some of the comments on social media, a lot of the Scottish people are applauding it. And they're glad to see her go. Because they're all calling her evil, she was corrupt, she was a liar, she was a control freak, she tried to make Scotland an independent country, which a lot of people in Scotland didn't like. Which I didn't personally. That's why I call her Jeanette McCranky. If you don't know who that is, do you ever watch the programme, The Cranky, the wee small ginger herd one? That's her. Not that I'm against ginger people, because I don't. Hell, I used to be married to a ginger woman. Or a strawberry blonde, as she used to call herself. I have friends who are redheads. I have not a problem with redheads. I actually find redhead women very attractive, unlike Nicola Sturgeon. She's an ugly-looking troll. But yeah, apparently she's in the news. She's in this lovely interview. And now there's all these rumours going around. And the girl asked her in an interview about, being like, basically asked her if she's a lesbian, so to speak. And the internet has blew up. Does she want the love of a woman? She's as corrupt as anything. She's as woke as anything. She's a fucking pain in the ass, that woman. The bullshit she put Scotland through. The lies that she said. Honest to God, that woman is not a very well-liked woman. Even when I was in Glasgow with Lewis, and we met Scottish people and stuff like that, and we were just having brief chats with my mates, Nicola Sturgeon and one or two people that just looked at me and went, that rat. And I went, oh, no, you don't think you don't like her? And she says, do it by fuck. Hate that woman. She's just so corrupt. And even when we were in Wales that time in Cardiff, I asked a few people, Welsh people in local like Witherspoons and stuff like that. They're, oh, that guy here runs here at Drakeford. No, it's not very good. Oh, he's an old moron too. He's an old fart stuck in the 1940s. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And a lot of people are glad in Scotland and she's moving away and they're all singing, na, 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 hey, hey, goodbye. Are you away yet? So she's all over the news today, and people are, let's just say, being honest. But the thing is, though, she's contradicting herself. She's saying she's trying to campaign for freedom from England, for Scotland, but she's moving down to fucking London. She's a contradictive woman. She wants to move to London. And again, the interview that she's done was with the BBC, by the way. Are you surprised? But she says, she says at the moment she's very happy being her own woman. Yeah. What about all those people who you harassed and tortured up in Scotland for a while? Didn't say much about that, did you? I know, exactly. But yep, apparently a lot of people in Scotland are very, very happy, and she is now on her bike down to London, apparently. So there you go. Moving on from that little pain in the ass to another pain in the ass. Gary Lineker, who's now back on TV again. What do you call it? It says here the Format Today presenter is making the switch from BBC to ITV very soon. So it's a lovely way to jump, isn't it? I'll read some of this wee article that was actually published this morning about it. Give you more of an insight to it. It says the former England striker Gary Lineker, who actually was alright back in the day when he was a player, but now he's a twat, is said to be encountering significant obstacles in securing celebrity participations for his first programme on the ITV, the programme called The Box. Yeah, because apparently, what do you expect whenever you're on the internet and you're like posting shit that's actually very controversial? No wonder you can't get people to come onto your programme, and that's why you're jumping in our network called ITV, because they're woke as fuck. Excuse my French, but it's true. The programme is currently ready for production. They're on the verge of getting everything sorted out, but several celebrities have declined participation due to Gary's history. Do you blame them? Because I don't. Because of all the shit that he posted online, and he kept getting away with it until eventually that the BBC had to get rid of him. Chairman at the top as well. Is it Tim Divvy you call him? He's an odd twat too. He needs out the door. BBC needs to be closed down, in my opinion. Because of all the corrupt shit that they post and all the lies that they post and the cover-ups. But that's just my opinion on it. But ITV now apparently have got Gary Lineker on their hands, so best of luck to them. Don't get me wrong, when he was a football player, he was a half-decent player. Apart from the fact that he played for Everton, but we'll say no more about that. He played for Barcelona, played for Tottenham. Did he play for Leicester at one point? Leicester City fan. Recent years, he's obviously famous for that time when Leicester City won the league. He said he would introduce match of the day the following season in his boxer shorts, but he fulfilled that, and he did do it. But again, his recent comments online, his recent beliefs and stuff like that is getting him a lot of heat. And he's left match of the day after, I think it was 30-odd years. And now he is moved to ITV, which is woke as hell. That channel's full of woke anyway, so I don't know, he's not my cup of tea, to be quite honest with you, especially with all the shit that he posts online and all the crap that he spills out of his mouth. Now, I read this one here that really, guys, we've been talking about I don't even want to go down that route again about talking about fucking immigration again and foreigners and stuff like that, because that just seems to be all the news at the minute. I mean, this time last year it was all royal family news, and at the minute it seems to be all this. Every channel you switch on to, not even news, everything they're talking about is people talking about these illegals coming in. Even on social media, you pick up your phone after being on social media for a day or two and you see all these posts about, just everything, oh my God almighty, it melts your head. But listen to this here. A trans sex offender avoids justice despite trying to abduct a child from a school playground. Listen to this. A trans sex offender will avoid serving prison time after attempting to snatch a child from a school in Colorado. Now, they're all fucking mad over there anyway. Solomon, is it Gala? I can't even pronounce the surname. 33, who's also known as Carmen. Yeah. What is it? He, she, he, them, they, them. Many genders do you have? Was found to be mentally incompetent by doctors for attempting to kidnap an 11-year-old at Black Forest Hills Elementary School in April 2024. However, he has escaped prosecution due to a controversial law which has drawn criticism from prosecutors and even his own lawyer. Thanks to an amendment to the Colorado law, he has no choice but to dismiss the charges because the 33-year-old cannot be restored to complacency, whatever the fuck that says. Basically, he's got away with it. Cut a long fucking story short. I've seen the photograph of this person too, and see if that was my child, I'm really sorry to tell you, that son of a bitch would be getting fucking drop kicked down the street. Trying to kidnap my child? I don't give a shit if you're he, them, she, there, they, he, whatever the fuck you are. I don't give a shit. Your ass would be getting drop kicked down the street. Trying to kidnap a child from a school playground. What is going on with these people? And then they play the fucking mental health card or the race card. That really annoys me, personally. Like, for example, was it 2 or 3 weeks ago I saw videos all over social media about this guy on the Ravenhill Road in Belfast trying to save a 9-year-old from getting raped by fucking migrants, and the cops arrested him and dragged him to the ground. 6 or 7 cops dragged him to the ground, trailed him, smacked his head off the top of the car, split his head open and put him in the back of the car because he was trying to protect the child. And you tell me there's law in this country? 2-tier, what a load of shit. I'm sorry, when I read that story this morning, it really, really made my piss boil. Any of these sick, twisted, fucking he, she, he, them, whatever the fuck they want to call them, trying to kidnap kids and they get a smack on the wrist and sent home. What do you got to do? You have to physically kill the child before you actually get like maybe 6 months in jail if you're lucky. It's disgusting. See, anybody who does, I put them into the same category as a paedophile. And then I was reading a story last week, I don't think I mentioned on the podcast here, but they were talking about maybe bringing back, is it in America? They were thinking about bringing back the death penalty. Hell yeah. See these sick, twisted people who target kids, they're not normal. They are not normal people. Their brain doesn't operate normally. They are sick, twisted people who need, not even locked up, they need to be tortured and then put down like a fucking sick animal. They're disgusting human beings who need locked up or even just taken away. It's just unbelievable how these sick, twisted bastards keep getting away with it every single freaking time. That's all you seem to read. But then people are getting put in jail because of saying a few words on social media that some little woke far left lunatic doesn't like. Like, what is going on with this world? It's honestly, it really annoys the hell out of me, especially being a parent, seeing stories like this. And then they go and they go, oh, but he or she or they, whatever, they're not well, and they didn't mean to do it. Oh, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Give it a wee smack in the wrist there. What about the child? The scars on that child for the rest of its life, not just physical scars, mental scars. Their parents. You know what I mean? This makes me so fucking angry. It really, really does. It makes me so bloody angry. Oh, breathe, Matthew. Breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Sorry. It's just when I see things like that, it just makes me want to fucking scream. And then I saw a thing, was it 2 nights ago? It was sent to me on a fella I know from Belfast, I think it was, he sent me. A fucking brothel found in Belfast, ran by illegals in Belfast, and wanted to find inside it fucking children inside a bastard brothel. And I'm going, oh my God, what is going on? The world is just... I've been saying this since 2020. Since the first lockdown happened. I remember even sitting here one night saying, when I was with Sandra at the time, I remember turning saying, Sandra, this world's going to go boogaloo. This lockdown's going to drive people absolutely fucking mental. Like, no, maybe it'll take people, into perspective, make them think more how precious life knows. Yeah, that's normal people, but there's Looney Tunes out there who are just wired to the moon. And look what's happened since then. All these crazy ones running around saying, I'm a boy and I can have a baby. No, you can't. I'm a lunatic. I run around not knowing what identity I am. I identify as a dog, as a cat. I go around killing kids. I come in. Illegals are coming into the country. They're raping women, taking away and killing kids. They're just doing it all whatever they want. The world's going fucking boogaloo. Been saying that since 2020. And I've even been saying it for the last 15 years as well. The world is getting worse. And God love the next generation of kids coming along. I even said that to Lewis last night. I was out yesterday and I saw kids on a train, and all they were doing, they weren't communicating with each other, they were sitting glued to their phones. Walking around with phones to their screens. Now I know I do vlogs and stuff like that, but I don't have a camera in my face every fucking 2 bastard minutes. The world's going mental, guys. I'm sorry for ranting, but when I saw that story about that trying to kidnap a child and they got away with it, I'm like, and it reminded me of that story in Belfast about that guy getting arrested. And I'm just like, and no wonder why the world's fucked up. Anyway, moving on. I'm going to try and move on here to something positive. And then I'll probably get some global warmer freaker fucker trying to text me about this story. The heat wave's coming back, guys. Apparently we're getting the heat wave. Northern Ireland and the UK is getting a massive heat wave coming up here this week. It's experienced its 3rd heat wave of the year, just 4 weeks after the heat wave was met in July. According to the Met Office, temperatures could reach up to maybe 25 degrees or above for at least 3 consecutive days. A lot of people, I've been reading about the story on social media this morning, people are saying, oh no, it's too warm and stuff like that, but they're jetting off on holidays and sitting them even warmer. You can't win in Northern Ireland. You really can't. So yes, prepare yourself, guys, because there's a heat wave coming. So there is. But anyway, yes, moving on. Here, I've had a lot of you guys ask me about this trend at the minute about this fucking Jet 2 holiday. This voice, darling on the hand, Jet 2 holiday. Brooke was winding me up about that before she went away to Turkey with Paul and his family recently. She was saying, she kept saying, well, Jet 2 holiday. Why are you doing that for? Oh, it's a trend on TikTok. Everybody's going mad over it. And I'm going, it's an advertisement for a fucking holiday company. And everywhere you go on social media now, you go on TikTok and watch videos, you see all this here. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Really? Really? But anyway, the point of the story today is, man dies from food poisoning on Spanish Jet 2 holiday. Death of a man from food poisoning on a birthday holiday in Fuerteventura has left a gaping hole in his family. Leslie Green, 70 years of age, died in hospital on his Jet2 holiday. Think about done that. There's a whole inquest going on to it as well, and a statement from Jet2 says it would be inappropriate to comment due to the ongoing legal claim, but it's offered its thoughts and condolences to the Green family. So sad. All jokes aside, though, from the Jet2 holiday thing, obviously condolences to the gentleman's family, but obviously Jet2 are not commenting on it right now, but that whole trend of Jet2 holiday, what is... Oh, it's the most stupidest things that always seem to go viral on the internet. Like our viral video that got us popular back in 2019, where us dancing around the living room like 3 tits when Liverpool beat Barcelona 4-0. That made us viral. I'll be the first to admit that. But this Jet2, every other TikTok, nothing beats a Jet2. Do you want to bet I can book my holiday myself into Disney and save myself a fortune? Because you're like a travel agent company, you charge a fucking fortune. Yeah, like this trip to London and Glasgow, I booked it on myself. I didn't go through travel agents or anything like that there. I'll go into travel agents. Much as the hotel for London, $4,000. I can get it on booking.com for like 500. Oh no, but we can get you a better deal. Oh, can you? Is that why your commission's $3,500? Now you can kiss my ass. No, but there you go. Jet2 holiday. What is with that trend? Does my loafing. I've had a lot of you guys ask me about it. I've even had the videos and all sent to me saying, look, at this funny video. And I'm like, okay. Jet2 holidays, it's another novelty. It'll wear off. It's like that drink last year, Prime, from Logan Paul. It was a big phase. Now you can get it in shops for £1 a bottle. Whenever last year boys were beating the shit out of each other to get bottles. It's like we trends, it all seems to wear off. Anyway, let's talk about our good friends who we haven't talked about in a while. Harry and Meghan. Meghan, the drama queen, and Harry, the guy who's so under the thumb that he's going to be like his brother, and the bald patch on the top of his head because his wife has his thumb on top of his head so bad that he's going to have a penalty spot on top of his head because he's so controlled by her. Little old Harry, the guy who should kick her ass to the curb, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion on it. Meghan, the drama queen. But they have signed a new multi-year deal with Netflix. Isn't that such wonderful news? Like when they signed that deal with Spotify for their podcast, which turned out to be a complete crock of shit. I've done more episodes than what they have. So there you go. But listen to this. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have announced they have extended their deal for films and TV shows. Oh, they're going to do films now too. It has been described as a multi-year first look deal, which would give Netflix the first option on proposals for Prince Harry and Meghan's production company. Lovely. It's a looser arrangement than the previous deal, but it disproves claims that the Sussexes and Netflix are going to completely part company, which is apparently a load of lies. They've signed this new multi-year deal, and apparently everything is going swimmingly, as they said. And it looks like there's going to be more things in the near future. Did you watch that series with them? I think I said this last year in the podcast. I watched about 5 minutes of it and wanted to pull my teeth out with pliers and jump into the River Lagan in Belfast with breeze blocks tied around my feet and hope to swim to Japan. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I just can't stand that woman. Now, I've had a lot of people contact me over the year or so this podcast has returned and saying, you're so evil to Meghan and Harry's a lovely guy. Bollocks. Meghan's a drama queen. She's a liar. She's a drama queen. I can't stand her. William's wife is a proper woman. William's wife, Kate, is a beautiful, kind, generous woman. She reminds me of Princess Diana. Beautiful, beautiful person. Don't know what she sees in William, because she's beautiful, but she's happy with him, and they've known each other since university, and they're really happily married, and they've got kids, and they're happy. But Meghan, I just don't know, there's just something about it I don't like. I feel sorry for Harry sometimes, but at the end of the day, I don't feel sorry for him in certain situations. And I remember whenever he brought his book out last year, I remember actually going through the airport one time, and I checked my Instagram inbox one time, and a lot of you guys had sent me the photographs in bookstores and all of his new books saying, here you are, Matthew, I bought you some toilet roll, do you want me to send it to you? Remember one particular person sent it to me, and I was sitting in the airport in wrinkles of laughter. So it was so funny. But Yeah, they signed this new multi-year Netflix deal, and apparently we're going to see more of them on telly. Lovely. Not that I'll be watching it, like, because I'll be in the back garden cutting grass with scissors, or watching paint dry, or counting the blades of grass in my garden, or I might just go down to one of the local Irish League football grounds and just ask them, can I have the pitch for about 4 or 5 days, and just lie there and count blades of grass, just to see how many blades of grass are actually on that pitch instead of watching that. So that's just my opinion on that. So anybody out there has a different opinion than me, then I would love to hear it from you. So there you go. Harry and Meghan, wonderful people. Moving on. Right, let's get into some of your questions. Thank you once again, guys, for all your questions as always. Again, contact me by social media. You can send me an email. Murami Podcast at yahoo.com. I love hearing from you all the time. So thank you very, very much for all your questions. It does mean a lot. So it does. Right, I'm going to get into some of your questions here and see how we go. Go to Instagram first of all, because I know Instagram, I do get a lot of questions on Instagram from you guys, because I do put a wee thing out on the stories, and you ask me all the time. Right, here we go. One here from Rebecca says, what kind of content would you like to try making and you haven't done before? That is a very good question. Anything. Absolutely anything. And again, this is what I said a few weeks ago. I'm going to start traveling the country. I'm going to go into different towns. I'm doing different things. I'm even going on a trip on my own in September to England for a few days, for a weekend. So that's going to be really good fun, doing different vlogs. Basically, I want to find new places. I want to see new places. I want to try new things. I want to go and do different things, and again, I have a lot of plans, and I'm starting to put them into play now. But yeah, that's pretty much what I want to do. Anything in particular? Do you know what I've always wanted to do for the vlog? And I always wanted to do it for charity? Is skydive. I know a few people who've done it for all different charities, and they said the experience is amazing. And I've always wanted to do that. Imagine that type of vlog, me fucking crapping myself, flying from fucking 25, 30,000 feet in the air, shitting my pants the whole way down to the ground. Could you imagine that? But yeah, that'd be one thing I'd love to do. I don't know. Lewis does kayaking with his friends. I'd love to try that. Just all different things. There's places in this country I've never even been to. I want to go down doing vlogs at. There's loads of places I've never been to. Loads. That I've always wanted to go to. And I am going to do it. I've said this. I've set myself a goal now, because I need to change my channel because of the situation that I'm in now, where it's mostly going to be me in the channel now, because Brooke and Lewis are not in the videos as much anymore now, because they're all grew up and they're adults now. Mum and Dad are away doing their own thing now in their retirement days now, and I don't see Tony as much now, because Tony's always out doing his own thing too as well now. And he's got this electric scooter thing, this big giant fucking electric scooter thing. It's, I don't know, about 800 or 900 quid's worth. And it does like 35, 40 miles an hour. And he's out driving around all over that places with that there. He's got his own car and all now, and I never really see much of him. So it's going to be literally me on my Todd trying to make this channel keep ticking over and keep going. Now, obviously, people will pop in now and again. But again, obviously circumstances change now compared to what it was like 8, 9 years ago. But I hope that clears it up for you. I want to try as much new things as I can. I really, really do. One here from Aaron says, would you ever consider getting a dartboard for the house and doing dart videos? I actually have a dartboard, Aaron. I have a dartboard in my house. So I do. Yeah, I do. And I actually would consider doing dart videos sometime for a bit of fun. You probably asked that because you've probably seen the video from last week where I was out playing darts. Madhouse darts, but yeah. There you go. One here from William says, what's your favourite country song? I don't have a country song. I'm not a big country fan. There's some country songs I don't mind listening to, but the thing is, and I'm not going to have a knock here or anything like that. I'm not trying to have a knock, but I'm going to be honest. When I was married to Brooke and Lewis's mum at the time, she loved Garth Brooks to the point where that's all she ever listened to. And it melted my brain. and it put me off country western music for a long time. So anytime I hear Garth Brooks, I go, oh God, don't please turn that off. Not having a knock at her, because I'm not. It was her choice of music. But when you keep hearing it all the time, it's like, can you listen to something else? But yeah, I don't have a favourite country song, to be quite honest. Well, there's a couple I do like out there, but I wouldn't say I'm a big country fan. That's being totally honest with you. Right, one here from Ryan says, what do you think the UK will look like in 2050? Do you think it'll be a lot better than it is today? Fuck you, having a laugh. God love 2050. What's that? 25 years from now? God knows what it's going to be like. 25 years from now, I'll be 50, 60, 69. I'll be pushing nearly 70. So, yeah, what would the world's going to be like then? I wouldn't even like to imagine. I don't even think it's going to be any better, to be quite honest with you, especially with these corrupt government. I really would hate to see it. I've seen some AI videos floating around as well, what it's going to be like in the UK in 2050 and all that dirty nonsense, and some of them are actually mental to watch. So they are, but I would hate to think what it's going to be like in 2050. I really would hate to think what it's going to be like in 2050. Right, I'll scoot over here to Facebook and have a look here and see. Right, I've one here on the Facebook fan page from Adam. Says, hey Matt, how's it going? I saw you at the Bangor game at the weekend. I was going to come over and say hello, but the security guard wouldn't let me through the fence area between Cliftonville and Bangor fans. I spotted you from the far side. I hope you had a great time at the game and the video was absolutely amazing. Hope to meet you sometime at Solitude this season. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you for that, Adam. You saw me from the far side. There's all these new fence areas that have built off the ground now, so we're trying to keep home and away supporters away from each other. So, but yes, I will get to Solitude for a game this year. I have said I want to try and hit all the grounds this year. So, yeah, I will see you there. If you see me at Solitude, I do put announcements up on my social media a few days before I go to a game. So if you see me coming to a game that you're going to be at, make sure you come and say hello. So obviously I'll get to chat with you then and whatever. So, but thank you for your message, Adam. I appreciate it. Let's have a look here and see. Right, I've one here from Rachel. Rachel says, hey Matt, I've been listening to your podcast and watching your YouTube channel for quite a while now. Just wanted to say, since your friend passed away in 2016 that you talked about regularly on the podcast and talked about a few times, have you actually ever had another best friend apart from him? It's just that I never really see you with any other male friends around you apart from your brother and stuff in your vlogs, etc. Do you really actually have a best friend right now? I'm so sorry to hear about your friend passing away, but the way you talk on your podcast and on your YouTube channel, you were very, very close as kids. Keep up the good work. Love listening to your podcast every week out on my run with my little dog, Peppy. Peppy? Is it Peppy? P-E-P-P, a Peppy. You're your little doggy Peppy. Okay. Well, thank you for your message. I appreciate that. He was my best friend. Ricky was my best friend. He was, without a doubt. I would consider, and you're probably going to think this is really sad, but my best friend in the world right now is Lewis. Even though, you're probably thinking, well, what about Brooke? I mean, yes, Brooke obviously as well, but, you know, when you've got, it's a male bonding thing. Obviously, Brooke obviously have a bond, but again, Lewis and I had that special daddy-son bond. But yeah, with my best friend Richard passed away in 2016, it was obviously very hard to deal with. When I found out that he had passed away. But again, he was only really the one true friend that I ever really had who... I have other, obviously do have other people who I know and who are kind of friends with, but again, they're all away now and they're gone. They've either moved away out of the country or they're married now and they don't have time to come out with friends, or they don't have very nice partners. That includes male and female, by the way. So, but yeah, honestly, at the minute I was saying I'd probably be Lewis. Probably sounds kind of sad, really, but at the end of the day, it's just me being honest. Obviously, everybody has different relationships with each individual child they have. But me and Lewis always have a bond over different things like football, wrestling, you know, different things that we like together and stuff. Obviously, Brooke's different because she's into all her girly stuff and all the things that she likes to do, which I'm very proud of her for doing, because obviously that's just Brooke. It's she's different. So I've always said that Brooke's very, very like her mum. So she is. More so when she's got older, personality-wise, and just the way she is in general. Lewis is obviously, everybody says Lewis is like me. But, yeah, in relation to my friend, would I like an older adult as a best friend? Yeah, of course I would. But again, everybody I know is obviously up to their neck with work, or only see once in a blue moon now, which is kind of sad, really, when you think about it. But again, I keep my circle very, very small for a lot of reasons now, because of obviously everything that I've been through in my past, and obviously things that I'm going through right now, and everything else. So hope that clears it up for you. But thank you for your message. I appreciate it, as always. Right, I'll go into one more on Facebook, and then I'll jump on to the emails. One wee second here. Right, where are we here? Right, I've one here from Connor. Connor is from Belfast. Hey, Connor, how's it going? Thank you for your message, friend. Appreciate it. Hey, Matt, I was supposed to be going to the Cliftonville game with my dad at the weekend, but I couldn't get down. But I'm glad to see that you were there, and I watched your match day vlog. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Are you coming to Solitude, or Norman? Are you coming to Solitude this season? I'd love to meet you. I did see you in Belfast last year. I was going to come over and speak to you as you were walking past JD Sports in town, but I didn't want to disturb you as you were on a day out with your family. You should have come over and said hello. I always tell people to come over and say hello. Keep up the good work. I also saw you one time as well at a Belfast Giants game with Lewis, but again, I didn't want to come over and disturb your evening, as I wanted to show you some respect, because I know you're on a family night out. But keep up the great work. Love your vlogs, love your podcast, and keep doing what you're doing, and ignore the haters. Well, thank you very much for that, Connor. I appreciate that. If you ever see me, come up and say hello. I love meeting new people. I've always said that. Unless you come like a dick, then I want to chase you and tell you where to go. I've had a few of them experiences over the years. People come up and go, I don't like your videos, I think you're shit. And I go, well, I think you're a fucking asshole too. And I fucking piss off. The old me just stand there and go, oh, is that right? Okay, then on. But if you're really nasty to me now, I just turn around and say to you, well, is that right? You're a dickhead for coming up to me and trying to start shit, and I piss off. I always say that to people. If you're going to be nasty to me, I'm going to be nasty back to you. You know what I mean? But I'll do it in a way where I'll just make my point and say, well, I'm not listening to your shit. And away you go. Or the ones that they walk past you, and then they wait till they walk past you, and then they start going, oh, Mafia, YouTube. And then you go, man, are you all right there? Like, you dropped your head as a child. Like, mate, you need to get yourself sorted out there. Like, away you go. Even grown adults. Yeah. Honest to God. But then you get the nice ones who come up and say, Matty, I've watched the videos for years and all, blah, blah, blah. Or like that time I went to the darts. Fucking hell, those guys were awesome. If any of them are listening to the podcast now, guys, I will never forget that night as long as giving me beer and buying me beer. And then other people were buying me pints and all too, because they knew me and all. And they were such, I kept saying, guys, don't buy, no, take a pint, Matty. And I was like, for fuck's sake, it was brilliant. People like that are amazing. Not that I go out there looking for anything for free, because I don't. I don't go out there looking for things for free. But that night at the darts was absolutely brilliant. So if you ever see me in public again, make sure you come and say hello. I love meeting people. I meet all types of people. All types of people from all different backgrounds, all different walks of life. You know, with all different types of backgrounds and different views. And like I had a guy come up to me one time, when was it, last year sometime, and he says, I listened to your podcast. I don't agree with everything you say, but I agree with some of your things. And I went, well, that's the whole point. That's the whole point of the podcast. Argy bargy. I say stuff you don't like. You send me in questions I might not like. But we can agree to disagree. But if you listen to my podcast, I thank you for doing that, because you took time out of your day to listen to me talk shit. I thanked them. We agreed to disagree. We shook hands. We actually took a picture together, and away he went. So, people like that I can deal with. When you get the wee pricks that go, I'm going to stand here and shout his name and see if I can get his attention. Piss off, will you? Go and get yourself a life. Sad little people. Right, I want to do one email and I'll answer the rest directly, because I've got to get sorted today. Because I said I'm heading out here today with Lewis. It's going to be fun. Wish me luck, guys. 16-year-old with full of hormones. It's going to be fun. I'll let you know how I get on Thursday. If I haven't screamed my head off. Anyway, moving on to, right, here we go. Emails. There we go. Right, one here from... One here, where are we? Open up, come on, open up. There we go. One from Nula, N-U-N-L-A, Nula. Haven't heard that name for a while. Nula says to me, "Hey Matt, greetings from London." Hello, Nula from London. Came across your podcast a few weeks ago. I must say it's actually quite funny to hear you talk about the government the way you do. We're all in the same boat as you. I know you're in Northern Ireland and I'm in the UK mainland, but over here is an absolute disaster. London is a complete and total mess. I, myself, and my partner feel very afraid to even go down anywhere near the centre of London because of all the knife crime, pickpocketing, stealing mobile phones, and more goes on every single day. I know you're heading to London, as you said in your podcast with Lewis. Just want to say to you, be very, very safe, because recently, since last year especially, the crime rate has jumped significantly. I have lived in London all my life with my partner and our kids, and we even feel afraid to even go shopping in London, which is very, very dangerous. We tend to try and avoid the centre of London as much as possible. So all I can say to you is, if you're in the city centre of London, be very, very careful. Now, I know if you read this out on your podcast, people may think this is offensive, but I am just telling the truth as I live in London myself. Keep up the good work. I've only started recently watching your YouTube channel, as I've never came across you before, which is great. My husband himself is from Dublin. He's Irish himself, and we'd love to meet you someday in person if you're ever in London. Keep up the good work, and I will sit down one day and start watching more of your videos. Keep up the good work, and we look forward to meeting you in the future. Nula, thank you for that. I appreciate that, darling. Thank you for that. Yes, I know all about London. I've been hearing about all the things that have been going on recently. I've heard all about it. But again, mainstream media news fill people's heads full of shit. But if it's coming from an actual relative, a person who resides in London, then again, you got to be careful. So, but I was in London twice before, so obviously we only go to certain places, but we're going to try new places this year. But obviously we'll try and keep our eyes open and our ears open at all times. But thank you for that, Neil. I appreciate it. It means a lot, obviously, for the message. And I hope you enjoy some of the videos, because there's some videos on there on the channel that might bring a wee tear to your eye, or might make you laugh, or might make you think, what the hell is he doing, or whatever, because there's a whole line of emotions right across the whole board on our YouTube channel. So thank you for following us, and tell your husband I said hello. He's in Dublin, so an Irishman. Tell him I said hello, and thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Right, guys, that is going to bring us to the end of today. Thank you for listening, as always. Tomorrow, tomorrow's going to say Thursday is episode 99, and then on episode 100 we will have a wee surprise for you, so stay tuned. I might actually announce it on Thursday, so stay tuned for Thursday's episode of the podcast. But I'm going to go here now, guys, and hopefully get it out before I head to the Arts today. If not, I'll probably publish it later on today at some point when I get back. But yes, it's going to be another adventurous day today, but at least the sun's out and it's warm, thank God. But anyway, guys, before I go, don't forget to check out our friends at FTBL Spot for all your football needs as well. Don't forget to contact them by social media. Get a discount code for their website to get all your discounts on there as well for all your football stuff. Don't forget, if you want to send us an email in the future, moorearmypodcast@yahoo.com. Contact me on social media, Instagram, official Matthew Moore. Facebook page is the Moore Army YouTube channel, Facebook page. Go to our website, moorearmy.co.uk, for all your merch and more on there too as well. And we are back on Thursday. Guys, I'm going to put a thing up tomorrow on social media. Who do you think the jackass of the week this week should be? And I did say is on Thursday last week, do not give me Keir Starmer. Even if he runs down Westminster in the nude, or he falls flat in his face or whatever, do not send me Keir Starmer jackass of the week. I want something different this week. So send me something different this week for the jackass of the week on Thursday. I would love to hear something different. So let me hear what you think. Sorry, 1 second. my throat's getting croaky now at the end after speaking for, 55 minutes. I'll take a swig of water before I go. There we go. But yes, guys, I'm back on Thursday for another episode, so stay tuned for that. And stay tuned to my social media for any updates and all the links for the podcasts and the vlogs and stuff like that there over the next few days. Right, until Thursday, I'll see you back here for another episode of the Moore Army Podcast. Enjoy the heat wave wherever you are. If it is warm and sunny, wear loads of sun cream. Enjoy yourselves. Never listen to that government shit. You want to go to the beach? Go to the beach. You want to go somewhere? Do it. Life's for living, guys. Get up and live your life and go and enjoy it. Never worry about what the government tells you to do. Stay at home, all that bullshit. No, get out there and live your life. Life is too short. Trust me. Life is for living. We're here for a good time, not a long time. So we are. Right, till Thursday, I will see you back here for another episode of the Mirror podcast. Enjoy your Wednesday, guys, and enjoy your Thursday. Enjoy the rest of your day today and your Wednesday, and I'll see you back here on Thursday. Till then, guys, see you all soon. Thanks for listening.